Good evening, everyone. I Ojasvi Yadav, and I warmly welcome you all today knowledge session on health and fitness. In today's busy and stressful day, taking care of our health has become more important than ever. This session will help us understanding how to make better lifestyle choices and maintain physical and mental well-being. SEMS Welfare Foundation, through its initiative Digishamash, has trained over 6,000 individuals and facilitated employment for more than 1,500 candidates. We are proud to collaborate with SEMS Web Solution, which offers service in staffing, skills, and IT solution. We are truly honored to have with us Mr. Sarbjeet Gill, a serving army officer prior to her second stint. She was a regular officer with the Indian Army. She is an engineer by profession and postgraduate in HR. Let's begin this enrich and empowering session. Now I hand over to Mr. Sarbjeet Gill.
Thank you so much, Ajasvi. Just a few words about myself first. So, I am Major Sarbjeet Gill, and I served 10 years in the regular army. And then, after a gap of 4.5 years, I'm now a part of the territorial army. So, I'm still serving, but territorial army is not considered as a full time employment. So, I am also a fitness trainer. I'm a certified health and wellness coach. I'm a certified yoga teacher, and I'm certified in nutrition and diet and health management. So this is a brief about me, and further going ahead. To the topic that we have, like Ojasvi has just briefed about. So I hope everybody is able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to see the health management for busy schedule slide? So to start with, what we come to see nowadays is everybody has this problem or say a reason that we are not able to take care. Are you guys able to hear me properly, or should I be a bit loud?
Able to hear you?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, so the problem that we see nowadays is like everybody is saying that we are not able to take care of our health because there is we are so busy with XYZ things, and we are not able to give that much time towards our health, or maybe planning a proper nutrition, or maybe planning a proper diet. So to answer these questions, I'm just sharing a few tips that we can incorporate so that we are able to take, if not 100%, at least 80 to 90% of our health, in terms of the fitness, in terms of the mental fitness, in terms of the nutrition part. So further I'll be sharing my slides. So just giving the brief introduction about what we are talking about is, everybody is juggling health because of their busy schedule, and for everybody it's actually quite challenging. So what happens in this, we are neglecting the self care, which can lead to fatigue, burnout, and health issues. So what we are going to do today is we'll cover practical time efficient tips to manage our health. So what is the foundation of health? So whenever we say, okay, we are planning to go towards a healthy self, so what we come to notice first is how mentally we can convince ourselves to walk this path of health and fitness. So if you have a stable mind, if you have a good thought process about it, where how you can have it, if and only if you can prioritize your sleep, mind is well rested, if your mind is taken care of, then your thinking capacity, or maybe working towards that goal, can be achieved. So how can you achieve this? So first thing would be to aim for at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. We should try to stick to a consistent sleep oblique wake time. So if we say we are planning to go to bed at 9 o'clock, so it shouldn't happen that today I plan to go at 9 o'clock and tomorrow I'm planning to go at 12, or maybe I'm having a late night movie or having a party, or maybe 2 or 3. So try to stick to a schedule that will really help your body maintain a circadian rhythm. What is so further we go, what is a circadian rhythm? So as per the cycle of the sun, when the sun rises, our body should be getting up. When the sun is about to set, we should be going in the resting mode and going to sleep. So that is very important. If you are able to follow that circadian rhythm, most of the stress of your body will be taken care of. So how to achieve this the foundation of your health, which is sleep? How to achieve a good sleep and wake time? You have to make sure that there are no screens around. Try to ensure that the lights are dim, or maybe you are doing some calming activities before you're going to bed, which can be a few breathing exercises or the pranayam that we call in the yoga practices. Or maybe you are having, like, some own time reading a book, or maybe you have finished your dinner which is very light, and given that 1 or 2 hours before, for having a better sleep. So have your meals, whatever it is, try to make it as light as possible. Have your meals, give your body for at least 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. So when you go to bed, your stomach should be in a very comfortable position and not be, like, under stress to take care of your body all night. So what happens if you're not able to take care of your sleep? There would be reduced focus, your immunity will be compromised, and definitely you'll be low on energy. So to take care of all of this, we need to stick to our sleep and wake time. Now the next phase that comes is how you fuel your body efficient. So any machine, say human body is also a machine, so any machine works efficiently if it is taken care of, if the maintenance is taken care of at regular intervals. So how do you maintain that? You eat smart. Don't complicate or overcomplicate your meals, or no, I have to plan this, I have to plan that. Make it as simple as possible. The Indian diet that we follow, in a way, is whole. So there is nothing that we can say, okay, I'll not go for this or I'll not go for that, and sticking to fat diets or fancy diets, or maybe like things like, maybe I want to go for Chinese, I want to go for Italian. Those diets are not made for the Indian system. So what are the meals, or what are the meal plans that are made for us? They are the pulses, the legumes, the green vegetables, and you can also add to it a bit of carbs. So these are the things that are made for the Indian bodies. So try to stick to the basics and not overdo your things. Even if you're trying to snack in between the meals, try to go for healthy snacks, maybe nuts, a whole fruit. When we say fruit chart, no, that's not what I consider a healthy snack. So one whole food, whichever it could be. It could be a pomegranate, it could be an apple, it could be an orange, it could be a kiwi, guava. So these are the examples which are considered to be good fruits, which do not have too much of the sugar content or too much of the calories which are required for your body. Yogurt, if you mix with the chia seeds, again is a good option as a mid-meal snack. So what we should focus on when we're talking of the balanced meal is we should have enough of proteins, enough of fiber, and good fats. So when we talk about good fats, we are very lucky that we have the concept of desi ghee. So one uh, tablespoon with every meal is a good source of good fat. So you do not need to go for this olive oils, or canola oils, or any xyz oils, when we have the basic oils with us, ghee being the best, mustard oil, coconut oil. So these are the things which will work wonders for us, because these are the local things that we have been using since ages. Now the last concept in this I would like to discuss about is avoiding skipping meals. Instead of avoiding, we can either opt for smaller or frequent meals. The idea of having a king size breakfast was never having chole bhature or samosas in the breakfast. King size breakfast was having it as nutritious as possible, because you have to breakfast, what we say is breaking the fast that you have been through all night. When you have an early dinner, early in my case, like I say, 5:36 is my early dinner. So if you're having an early dinner and then you're having a breakfast, it has to be as nutritious as possible. Try to incorporate things like moong dal, maybe poha with a lot of vegetables. A paneer paratha is a good option with yogurt, or what we call curd. So these are the options which will give you minimum carbs and a good source of protein. Moong dal itself is a very good source of protein, which you can either use as sprouts, or maybe you can use for making chilas, or you can use for making appams. So these are the options we can have. Now when we talk of beverages, tea with sugar, with milk, I do not recommend it at all. Why? Because I have personally tried it. The moment you leave the tea, although a few days, definitely you'll feel a little bit heavy in your head, that something is missing, because your body is addicted to that sugar kick in the morning. But if you start having green tea or black tea or black coffee, not empty stomach, but with your meals, it will work wonders. It will certainly give you that caffeine that you need to kickstart your body, and it will definitely take care of your insulin spikes. So we should try to avoid tea, even for that matter black coffee. Green tea is okay, but these uh, early morning things, should be tried not to be had on an empty stomach. Then the lunch, breakfast and lunch, try to have, if you are feeling hungry, or maybe you're overworking. For people who are sitting, probably they can take care of it, but who are working in the field, maybe going out, or maybe they have a job where a lot of physical activity is required. So in between, you can have a mid-meal snack, and a mid-meal snack can be a whole fruit, can be some nuts, can be peanuts and makhanas with a green tea or a black coffee or a black tea. So that again will take care of your hunger spikes. So lunch, there we should ensure that a plate that we have, or whatever tiffins we are carrying, if not at home, try to make sure that they at least have 3 or 4 major things: good source of protein, fiber in terms of whatever green salads that you can carry, good fats, because now, since if you're using cooked vegetables, there will be a good amount of good fat in that, probably mustard oil or olive oil, so that thing is taken care of. Protein, when we say, we dal to some extent, but it's not like we say that okay, your entire protein intake is taken care of by that. You can have protein. For people who are having non-vegetarians, try to stick to white meats rather than the red meats, and especially in this time of the year, you should avoid taking non-veg as a whole, because there's a lot of bacteria in the air, and you certainly just don't want to stay sick. So it's better that you stay away from meats and from poultry. uh, those kind of things should be avoided. So plan your meals accordingly. If tomorrow I have to go to the office, my endeavor should be, what will I have for lunch? So my endeavor should be, is it available there at my workplace, or should I start preparing it at my home? Two chapatis with a paneer vegetable, maybe shahi paneer, maybe palak paneer, maybe mixed vegetable with paneer is absolutely perfect. And then maybe add salad, cucumber, carrots, these things you can add. So these three major groups have been taken care of, so that way you will not feel very heavy, you will not feel bloated, you will not feel fatigued, or maybe trying to sleep at the workplace, and you'll feel energized. I hope everybody's with me. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so now moving ahead, why hydration? Hydration, it's a very, we say that, a thing that we hardly take care of. Kya theek hai, whenever I feel thirsty, I'll have water. But this is a small habit which is a very, very big impact. So, wherever you're going for a walk, or maybe you're going to the office, or wherever you're going, try to make sure that at least you're carrying a small little bottle of water. You don't have to gulp it. Try to keep sipping water, so that your body is hydrated, your cells are hydrated. So it's very important. So sometimes, when we are at a workplace and we are not able to ensure, maybe every now and then I'm having a glass of water or not. So there are very good phone reminders that we have on hydration apps. Every now and then they'll start sending a signal: did you drink this much water, did you drink that much water? And they also have like good water bottles, where there is a line for, like, drink the water at this, and then drink the water at this am, and then drink the water at this am, and there is a whole line wherein you have to reach and keep sipping water. So it's a very good habit. It's not like we are trying to overhydrate herself, because overhydration is also not good for the kidneys. But having a sip of water every 5-10 minutes is a very, very good habit. Starting your morning with a glass of water is one of the best habits that you can incorporate, where your bowel movements will be clear. And since all night you have like stayed off the water, so the first thing that you do in the morning is have a glass of water. It helps you taking care of fatigue and brain fog like issues. So when you're having water in the morning, and we say you are having a plain glass of water, perfectly fine. But if you can add maybe a tablespoon of chia seeds and a few drops of lemon, you are having omega 3, you are having good fiber for your gut, and you are having vitamin C, which is from the lemon that you get. So a few drops, or maybe half a lemon, if you squeeze it in a glass of water, it's perfectly fine. So this drink does wonders, even if you're working for going for a weight loss kind of a thing, or trying to suppress appetite and still stay healthy. So these are the things that you can follow. Nowadays must have heard a lot of things about having cinnamon water in the morning, or maybe having the methi seeds water in the morning. Everything has its own benefits, none of them is bad. So see which one suits you the best. For people with diabetics, methi water is the best. For people who think that the cortisol levels are rising, I have a lot of stress, and I wake up and I'm like tired, try cinnamon water. For people who are trying to lose weight, please go for chia seeds and lemon. A little lukewarm water is the best thing. Try to avoid having cold water. Okay. So now we come to the exercising part. This is the thing where people come and say, "Ki, see, I mean, diet. Okay, to some extent, I can, take care of, or maybe I can do this and that, but time for workout, that I don't have." Now everybody who's working out on this planet, they also have 24 hours in hand. Nobody is having 25 or 26 hours. So the first thing that you need to do is how you plan your day. We are not the first ones to get married, we're not the first ones to taking care of the household, we're not the first ones to taking care of the children. So we need to plan our days very smart. So try to not say at this, at the first instant try to go for like 10,000 steps or 20,000 steps in a day. Start small. 3,000 steps a day, my target for next 4 days. Achieved 5 days, 5,000 steps for the next 4 days. Achieved, very good. 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. Keep doing it. The only key rule over here is not to stop. Just remember, from everything else you are replaceable, we are not irreplaceable, and the body is the only thing that will stay with us till our end. So there is no way that we can compromise with it. There is no way that we cannot or should not take care of it. Whenever there is, when we are trying to be a parent, for the women who are on the forum right here, whenever we are trying to have a parent, we are very particular about how the baby is growing inside us. Is it getting enough nutrition? But we hardly care about also that, are we getting that kind of nutrition so that our body can feed the baby? No. Once the baby is born, your own health takes a backseat. All your focus is towards that. So that's good. That's the motherly instincts that we have. But make sure that you take care of your body equally. So people who are like, till their 30s, walking, aerobics and all is very good. People who are like sitting most of the times, try to get up, say every 30 minutes or every 60 minutes. Try to get up and maybe just take a little walk, take a little stroll, stretch yourself, and that's it. If you're going for to any office which is like in a high rise building, rather than using the lifts, maybe 2 3 floors, you can start taking the stairs. The point here is that we want to look our best also when we are going, but try to wear as comfortable footwear as you can, so that whenever there is a need to go for a walk, or maybe to stretch, or maybe to climb the stairs, our legs are taken care of, so there is no stress in the feet. So try, and for people who are like 30 plus, we say like, हाँ खा लिया, walk कर लिया, I'm done. Try to add weight training, because now is the time when you need to make your muscles stronger, so that you survive for longer. Like there is no guarantee like how or when a person will leave this world, but to ensure that till the time I live in my healthy body, it's very much required that you work out, and you work out at frequent intervals. You can take a break maybe in a week or so to recoup or to take care of all the stuff that you're not able to take care when you're working out. But you need to start slow. You need to do the micro workouts before you go for HIITs or maybe body weight circuits and all. Now, physical part and mental part, physical and the diet part we've already taken care of. Now, what about the mental health? So we are able to push ourselves only and only if we are extremely mentally healthy. So how to protect your peace in this case? Every now and then, whenever you're feeling a little bit stressed out, try to take 1 or 2 minutes break to reset. There are a lot of mindful apps that you can use, the headspace and calm. You can practice deep breathing or journaling. Try to stay away from the mental clutter and the unnecessary stress. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry, guys. There was just a small disturbance out here. So, where were we? Are you still able to see the slides?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so now it's visible, right? Okay, so when we're talking about practicing deep breathing, I'll show you a few examples on like what are we planning. Can you guys see me, or you're just able
Yes,
to see the
ma'am.
presentation? Are you guys able to see me, or just the presentation?
Both are visible.
Okay. So, say you're sitting maybe on a chair and you're working on your desk. So, what we can do is close your eyes. We can start doing it now. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Try to take as much inhalation as you can. Count till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale slowly. Try to do this at least 5 times. Is everybody doing that? Is everybody doing that? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so when we are doing this breathing exercise, it's just a simple inhalation and exhalation. So when we are doing this, we should make sure that your clavicle, you're breathing from here, your chest is raised, and your stomach is also blocked. So that is how you're doing the wholesome breathing. Most of the times, what happens, maximum stresses because we have forgotten how to actually breathe. So it's very much important that you do this wholesome breathing. Try to concentrate on the air that you are inhaling and try to concentrate on it when you're exhaling. You will feel that your mind is just reset in a matter of few minutes. When nobody's around and still you're feeling stress, one simple practice I tell people is close your eyes, do this mudra, keep on your lap, and just chant Om 3 times. Now, the Om when we chant is Om is smaller and the mer that we say is longer so that you feel the vibration. Okay, so how do you do that? Om. So when your lungs are completely empty, if you do this 3 times whenever you're feeling too much stressed out, I'm telling you, it will work wonders. So you can try if you want it. Try, you can want to try it now, or maybe you can try it later. So the thing that I was talking about, like planning. Why is it important to make a plan? Why is it important to do the time management? Why? Because a day before, if you're planning the things, it will be easier for you to follow that. Most of the times what happens is, oh, okay, this work has come, okay, let me just shift the workout part, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, maybe this can be taken day after tomorrow or tomorrow. But the workout, if you have set, the meals that you have set, the rest time that you have set should not be compromised. A lot of calendars and apps and habit trackers are available nowadays. If you're not able to do that, try to do it as per the apps. Maybe 1 or 2 days you'll have difficulty, but the third day onwards, I can guarantee you that you will be on track. So now these are the things which are very important to maintain your calm, to be in a state where you are not stressed, to be in a state where you are absolutely comfortable in your skin. So what is it? To set boundaries. The master the art of saying no. To master the art of saying no, the things that you can do is guard your time and energy. So this, why I'm saying, is because when I have grown up in age, now I have realized that it wasn't that easy. There was a time when I was trying to please people, but now when you grow up in life, and when you see things around, when these situations, these circumstances teach you a lot of things, then you realize that it is very much important to guard your time and energy. Whoever you are dealing with, whoever you're talking to, is messing up your energy. If you talk to people who are positive, you will feel positive. If you talk to people who are cribbing about things, cribbing about people, or saying things about each another all the time, your mind will not be at peace. So the best thing is, choose the people around you very very carefully. So that is like your spiritual diet. So when are you on a spiritual diet? You're on a spiritual diet when you have set your boundaries, when you're very clear of what you want in your life, and you are not ready for any BS in your life, right? So the thing here is, if there is an opportunity where I have to say no, but then I have to think maybe this relationship will be hampered or this will be hampered, just think about your own relationship with yourself. That is the most important. At the end of the day, people will not remember you like, oh, she never used to say no, or he never used to say no. They will not remember us for anything. But at least till the time you are alive, you can maintain your own peace. As and when possible, try to delegate or outsource your work. Now most of the women at home are like, oh no, my husband doesn't like the maid to clean the utensils, or my husband doesn't like any cook to come to our house or eat food. He wants me only to cook. There is no award that we are going to get. So I'm not saying like completely shun all the responsibilities and shun everything that you have, or maybe anything that you're expected out of. There's a very famous saying by Acharya Prashant. I don't know how many people follow you. Try to do things for people who are really not capable of doing it by themselves. Feeding guests, and somebody would be like, oh, thoda isme namak zyada ho gaya. हाँ थोड़ा इसमें ये ज़्यादा हो गया, they'll eat also and they'll go out of your home and they'll say bad things about you also. Try to feed people, maybe go to an orphanage, try to feed in the old age home, try to feed people who don't have enough means and ways, try to feed your own kids. That is the prime responsibility you have, to nobody else. You have old people at home who are not able to take care of yourself of themselves, but there are people who are well in their health but they stick to like, oh no, यही बनाएगी या यही बनाएगा या यही करेगा. So it's very much important कि if I'm working, I will ensure that okay, food will be prepared, but sorry, I'll not be the one who will be preparing because मुझे office जाना है, then I need some me time, I have to take care of the kids and their homework part also, then I have to work out also. So when I'm doing all these three four things, it's not possible for me to clean the house also, to clean the utensils, to clean the clothes, and to cook the food also. So protect time for yourself and your, so it's how you do it. That's why it's called the art of saying no. So it's an art who I'm sure you'll try to learn. So after everything is done, there are a few issues that we face, maybe for the women who are going through issues like PCOS, PCOD. There are women who have weight issues, there are women who are going through blood pressure issues, there are thyroid issues. So it's very much important that you have timely and routine checkups of yourself. We think that अच्छा थोड़ा सर दर्द हो रहा है, बहुत दिनों से हो रहा है, बहुत, it's very very painful, but still I'm like okay, I'll take care of. No, if you think that something is wrong, see, women are very good at intuition. So whenever, and the body is of course a very good machine who keeps telling you that something is wrong with me and you need to take care of. Listen to your body, try to understand your body. If you feel like something is bad, something is definitely bad. So get your blood test done at regular intervals. The 3 4 tests that are very very much required for all of us are the CBCs, the blood sugar levels, the lipid profile, the T3 T4 TSH for the woman. Very very important, because early prevention is the key. Stress worsens these issues. Not taking care of your diet and health worsens these issues. So it's very much important that if you find that something is wrong with my blood report or something is wrong with my lipid profile, then I need to take precautions and I need to fix them right. Don't wait for yourself to go to the hospital, because if you go to the doctor, sorry if there any doctors on the panel, but it's a doctor will want you to keep coming to him, right? But a nutritionist, a fitness trainer, or a dietitian will try to avoid you going towards the medicines. So that is how you choose what you choose. So a quick recap of what all we have covered so far is, first, to prioritize the quality sleep. Second is to eat well and prepare your meals in advance. Then stay hydrated and get active in short bursts. Maybe okay, I have 15 minutes, okay, let me take a quick walk. Okay, I have to climb maybe 2 floors, okay, I'll take the stairs. So these are the short bursts that we can manage. Stress in micro breaks, like I told you. Okay, feeling stressed, oh, the boss had come to me and shouted at me and something, and it has really disturbed my mental peace or my energies. Take a deep breath, focus on your breathing. So these are the micro breaks. Schedule your health, set your boundaries, start saying no, start delegate. If you are there and you know that okay, maybe I cannot clean the house and do the clothes, hire a maid. If you're working, you're definitely in that position to hire a maid. And if you are earning, then what are you earning for? You're earning for yourself and for the betterment of your family. So a family will not be better if the woman who is the pillar of the family is not feeling better in terms of her physical, mental, spiritual, social, and financial health. Okay, and the last one is to keep up with the checkups. So how do we keep up with the checkups? We keep up with the checkups with the regular blood test, with the own there are own intuitions that we have sometimes, like okay, I have a tummy ache, but it's not the regular period tummy ache, or it's not something related to gas, but there is some. So that's how we come to know, like okay, something is wrong with the body, I need to see the doctor. So try to look out for these signs in the body. It's very very important. And definitely the blood tests are a very good source of telling you what exactly is wrong with your body. So this what I have put forth is a sample weekly program. If anybody wants to copy that, they can say it's a sample. So it's not like just go for it. There are some things you can add or deduct. So this is sample weekly health plan. So it's like sleep from 11 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. The nutrition is eat a prep lunch, grill chicken salad plus fruit, exercise 15 minutes, brisk walk during lunch break. Mental health, 5-minute guided meditation in the morning. Guided meditation videos, a lot of them are on the YouTube. Just switch any of them, and whenever you have a break, just put on your earplugs, sit at a quiet place, and just do whatever the person in the video is saying. It will take you to a place where you have touched the calm and composed side of yourself, and that's very much. And whenever there is a heavy meeting day, try to keep your snacks handy. Snacks could be anything like peanuts, could be makhanas, could be one whole fruit ki chalo, okay, in my bag at least. It's the easier thing to put an apple in the bag and just move on. So these are the things. You don't need to cut the fruits and fruit chart and ye chart and wo chart. Try to have as whole things as possible. A fruit will give you fiber, will keep your insulin levels low. If not go to the juices, but it's very much important to have a whole. Okay, so the nutrition is available, the fiber is available, it, and the few fruits like watermelon are keeping you hydrated also at this time. So this is one sample program which you can note down or copy, and you can work onto it, like how what you are doing you can superimpose it on them, and you can go ahead. So a few final thoughts, like being busy doesn't mean being unhealthy. Busy is very important, and it's very very important to stay busy, because we are lucky if we have work. Small consistent actions matter most, definitely. Nobody's asking you to go for a 2 or 3 hour workout in the gym and pull maybe those 100 kg squats or something. Anything that keeps you moving, keeps your muscles strong, keeps you stretched is absolutely fine. Protect your health, because it powers your productivity. If your health is protected, you are able to take care of your kids in a very efficient manner. You are able to take care of your career in a very efficient manner, and that mental peace that you want is also taken care of. So this is all, and I'm open to any question and answers that somebody has. Anything that anybody wants to ask, any questions related to whatever we have discussed so far, anything that is bothering you, or don't know how to take care of this thing or that thing, when this is going on, whatever. See, why? Because the problem nowadays is we don't have anybody nowadays who would listen to us, who would give us a solution without judging us. So in forums like this, the person like me who is sitting out here is not here to judge anybody. Being a health and wellness coach, it's my prime responsibility to keep things private, keep things to me. And I'm very very good sponge, I say. Whenever somebody comes to me, I'm like, try to grab whatever feelings they are trying to feel, or whatever fears they have inside them, but it's not going to go anywhere, and I'm not going to go to publicize it. Okay, so not just this forum, my number would be available, I think, with all of you. And whoever wants to get in touch with me personally can call me or text me. WhatsApp is the best way, because I am also like busy, so I also try to squeeze in my times between workouts. And I'm still serving in the army, so the work, I mean, you can understand that it's very very taxing. I have a 5 and a 6 year old child, so it's the juggle is like non-stop. So whoever thinks that they need some help, or they need to consult with me, or they need to speak with me, can definitely ping me on the WhatsApp. And we can fix a time where we can have a good session, and we can speak about your issues, and we can go ahead. So I hope people out here were able to benefit from this short presentation that we have.
Yes.
So I'm finished, and anything that anybody wants to know can please let me know. That's it, Ojasvi, and thank you everyone. And I'm still open to the question and answers. Whoever has joined now can let me know if there is anything.
Okay. So, on behalf of SEMS Foundation and the entire organization team, I sincerely thanks Mr.
Major,
Sarbjeet
major,
Gill.
major Sarabjit Gill. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Major Sarbjeet Gill for delivering such an insightful and inspiring session. Her experience and expert advice has provided us with a fresh perspective on how to take charge of our health. The key takeaways from this session were integrating fitness into daily life, importance of balanced nutrition, power of discipline and consistency. Thank you everyone for your active participation.